Welcome back to our channel, The Lounge. Today is Let's Talk number 4. We have a very special guest, Maya Selva from Maya Selva Cigars. She is an incredible person that has taken the brand to another level. And today we want to know, how did you get into the industry and what made you pursue making a new cigar brand?
It was quite romantic, I will say. Well, thank you. Thank you again for Cigar Shop.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Really nice. I miss my country. Mm-hmm. Nostalgia.
Where are you originally from?
I was studying, I graduated in France. And I was really missing my country. So I wanted to find a link between Honduras and Europe. Mm. And smoke is just perfect, because it's like, it's a blend. For me, cigars are an agricultural product. And so you never forget a little bit the valleys, the mountains, the place from where the tobacco comes from. So coming with a cigar, it was like cooking, like a blend. And I wanted to highlight the taste of the tobacco from the Jamastran Valley.
True. And what year was this that you started?
The project started in 1992, and the first box was sold in Paris in March 1995.
Wow.
So we
you guys are pretty established then.
Yeah, we consider that 23rd year.
Wow. Yeah.
So we're getting close to the 25th anniversary. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. Anything special planned for that?
Oh yes, we're already working on it.
Yeah. So the 25th anniversary would be 2020?
Yes.
Oh wow.
That's a nice figure,
Yeah. Has it been hard for a woman to try and break through into the industry? Did you feel any
I believe
friction trying to get into it?
For all new actors, it's never easy. It's not an easy industry.
Yeah, even for men, you're saying.
Even for men, Yeah. And what do be your reaction if they present to you a beautiful car and they say to you, well, the engineer, the design, everything have been done by a woman. There are some fields that are very male exclusivity.
Yeah, male dominant. Yeah.
Dominant. So I believe that at the beginning, I mainly hide myself. I didn't want people to know that there was a girl behind. The main point was taste the cigar,
Yeah. Try it. Yeah.
Make it try. And then if they find out that there was a girl behind, a woman, why not?
Yeah.
But not put it on front line.
Of course, yeah.
Because it was, depending the man, it will be like, oh, I want to taste this, you know? Or, no, this is not serious.
Yeah.
So to gain the legitimacy, it's kind of...
Yeah, it was a work in progress.
It was
type.
a work in process. It's normal. It's normal.
But now you feel that you've made it though.
Well, we have 10% of the market share in France, so I believe it's a nice market share.
Yeah.
In Germany, we must be the 4th or the 5th brand. In whole Europe, we're considered as the 5th brand. The first, after Davidoff, the first non-Cuban brand.
Wow.
And that's where we compete, and that's where we're established.
In Germany, you're saying?
In Germany, Switzerland.
The EU.
The EU. The EU. In 23 years, we have progress in all around. That's now our natural territory. And for me, it's great because they're very picky. Mm-hmm. They're very into testing. They love testing wine. They love testing whiskey, single malts, this and that. And it really means that my idea of coming with a taste, with a proposal of blend, was accurate. It made sense.
Yeah, it made sense for the time and the location.
Exactly.
Yeah. Was this like a family business before? Or you were the first person to venture into it?
No. I started from scratch.
Yeah.
It's
how old were you when you decided to do that?
You never asked that to a
woman. No. But my follow-up question was like if your family was trying to support you or how did
No. They were like, I have good diplomas, I was supposed to work for big companies or things like that, not to go into this entrepreneur facet that you can have in life.
Of course.
So they thought that the idea was a little bit bizarre.
Yeah.
And well, I started. I was 27.
Wow. Yeah. So you were really young when you started it then. Yeah. I mean, 5 years ago wasn't that long ago either. So going into the industry, what are some of your favorite aspects of being a part of this giant world that we live in now? Like a giant world, I mean, like specifically cigars. Like, what do you enjoy the most about being in the industry? What are some of your
I like
favorite?
the fields.
The fields?
Oh yes, I
Yeah.
feel very comfortable. I needed to wait like at least 10 years, to have my own farm.
Mm-hmm.
But that will be the place I will enjoy most. And I always thought that that's where quality will start. When you want to cook,
Yeah.
ingredients.
The
to do
ingredients
it,
is important.
and to understand what was going on the field. I thought it was really fascinating. And then the factory.
Yeah.
The factory is a magical thing, because you have all the group, all the people in the company, that if one makes a mistake, there's more than 300, 400 pairs of hand from the beginning to the box. And if one makes a mistake, maybe you don't see it,
Yeah.
but it ruins everything that happened before, And then when a cigar is perfect, very well done, well rolled, and that it corresponds to your mood, it's magic.
Yeah, it is.
It is like...
One of my biggest problems when I'm smoking is I'll be in a really good mood. I want to smoke a cigar, and then it just doesn't burn right. And I'm like, oh my God.
It's so frustrating.
It is. It's super frustrating.
It's really frustrating.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, like, look at the ash on this cigar.
Can you see?
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's really... And that's what we are trying to do in the cigar business.
Mm-hmm.
To say this totally handmade product.
Yeah, it's a work of art.
Agricultural, that depends on, the season, what happened, the rain.
Yeah.
And it depends on each human being that took care of this tobacco leaf.
Yeah.
When it gets to be
What it is now.
this,
Yeah.
you feel joy, It's 3 years.
3 years
3
of
years
work.
to make it happen,
Yeah.
So,
Your favorite part is definitely working on it.
Yeah.
You love being focused on
and
you're like
being
an
there
artist.
and,
No,
and-
like not joking, you're like an artist that, their favorite part of an artist is being able to sit down in front of a canvas and being able to just paint. And that's kind of like what you do with these cigars. Even the labels, they're kind of like a work of art. Maybe not the kumpai, but those.
Oh,
I mean,
even the kumpai.
Yeah,
Can you
yeah.
imagine the tobacco that comes from a volcano field?
yeah.
It's such...
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
the grapes that grow for wine in the volcanic
And
soil. Yeah, it's like,
different.
It is. It
It
is.
is different.
Yeah.
So, and if the magic, if what you're looking for is this instant of pleasure, that the cigar you're having correspond to your mood, to you're excited or you're tired or whatever, and that's why I believe that cigar is a culture, because you need to know
culture?
about
Culture?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
You need to know about a lot of cigars
Yeah.
in order to make happen this moment where the cigar you're picking up is the one that corresponds.
Of course. That's one of my biggest things is, of course, I could, like, someone could walk into the store and I could try and sell them a $30 cigar. But unless, one, they have to know about cigars to enjoy the quality, sometimes of the $30 cigar. And then second of all, I could sell it to you, but then you won't, I don't know if it's going to be right for your moment in time. And then, you're not going to enjoy it the way it's supposed to be enjoyed.
And that's the knowledge.
And they're not
going to
come back, of course. Yeah.
With cigars. So all these parameters, but then when it happens, it's perfect.
Yeah.
It's really perfect.
So what was the first line that you came out with when you started?
The first one was Flor de Selva.
The first one. That one's...
That was the first one. And I worked very close with Nestor Plasencia, and he had went back to Nicaragua, and he invited me and said, come and look. You like fields, you like, El Terruño and what's going on. Come and see, and understand this tobacco is different. So I went to Nicaragua. I was really totally on the shock compared to Honduras. The land is different. And so we started working, and we were in 1997. And for me, the challenge was to do an 100% Nicaragua. Because you can have two approach. You can have the approach, I'm going to do the blend of my dreams,
Yeah.
what I like, blah, 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 blah. Or I want to work with this tobacco from this land, with this. And so you need to really understand this tobacco in order to do a blend that will highlight, the best of that tobacco.
You need to understand the tools before you could just go out and paint. It's not a watercolor painting. It's not the same as an oil pastel.
So you start playing, and we ended up launching the first compile, so 100% Nicaragua. It was in 1999.
So this is pure Nicaragua.
Pure Nicaragua.
Yeah, it's really good.
That was the challenge.
Yeah.
Do a pure Nicaragua and respect the philosophy of the company.
Which is a nice, easy. What I imagine to be nice, easygoing. It's not going to be.
I don't want something aggressive. I want something different.
Yeah.
That, you always like what you know. That is.
Of course.
The way it works.
Yeah.
Something new is always something that you need to understand to make an effort. And so I'm going to talk about Europe because it's really the market I know. In Europe, there were used of the taste, the flavor of tobacco from a beautiful island that I believe you know.
We're not going to name it.
We're not going to name it. And so coming with a cigar that did not pretend to copy but that would come with its own personality,
of course, it's
its
unique.
own character, and to put it in this logic of, look, cigars, they come from a land. It's an agricultural product. So give it a chance, Yeah. Do not expect,
of course,
what you're used to. Yeah. This is something different.
Of course.
So with Flor de Selva, we made it happen. And when we came with Kumpai, there's a roasted taste that is very specific to
the Kumpai.
To the Kumpai, but we wanted it to be smooth. We wanted it to be round, to be,
of course, leathery,
and earthy. They have aromas and people were very disoriented.
Yeah, they
were like, "Ooh, this is really different."
Yeah.
And the big surprise in 2001, we had a trophy from Cigar Journal for the Kumpai, that or people will dislike it, or they will really fall in love.
Yeah.
And so Kumpai is really the cigar with aficionados, the people that know, they're very loyal to it because it's very different.
Yeah. I feel that. No, I really love this cigar. Every time someone asks me for like a nice, light, short smoke, I'm always like, go with the Kumpai. It can't go wrong with you. And the thing is, like, it's Nicaraguan, and you'd expect it to, have some pepper, because the Nicaraguans usually have more of that that flavor. It absolutely does not have any of that in a good way, because it's nice and leathery, and you still get the full flavor. It's crazy. You get full flavor, and it's like a nice, smooth smoke all throughout. It's a really good cigar.
Yeah, it's amazing because sometimes to beginners, I prefer to give, the Connecticut wrapper collection from Flor de Selva. But sometimes
the one that comes in the tube. I always give that one to beginners as well.
That is a classic.
Yeah,
in Europe,
is.
That is the classic from the house. It's like it's everywhere.
Yeah,
because you cannot miss it. But sometimes you have these beginners. When you talk to them, they are like, I like this very specific single malt or this very specific bourbon. I like this very specific chocolate, and I'm like, you know what? Your first cigar will be a Kumpai.
Yeah.
Because it has so much aroma and it's sophisticated.
Yeah, it has complexity. It's not a kick in the face either.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's an amazing blend, really, really. And tobacco from Nicaragua, wow.
Yeah.
It has been really interesting to work with it.
So, like, this is obviously the present right now, what you have on the market. Anything that you could tell us about what's coming in the future, in the next couple of years? I know you guys like to be secretive about your chess pieces.
Yeah, because it's always,
it's a game. It's a giant game, of course.
The idea has been, work with tobacco from places. So we have Honduras, we have Nicaragua. And that is something I really love, to try to find identity, to come with a blend with the identity of a place. So we're working on that facet of,
Branching
of our
out
genre.
into other locations type?
Other location. That is one direction. And then what we have noticed is that Flor de Selva Classic, Robusto, that is a classic. But every year the crop is different. So there's a small evolution. Sometimes you really have beautiful tobacco. And so we are doing some special edition with limited tobacco bells that we know that we cannot introduce as a regular.
Of course, because you won't have the supply to...
Yeah. And so we are, working on that things. We want to celebrate our 25th anniversary. So we are really working on that to see. For this year, for the U.S. market, last year in Europe, we have launched the Villa Zamorano Reserva, which is one of our hits. That's our big hit in Europe. Yeah. And Villa Zamorano is a very democratic cigar. 3 years ago, 2018, 2015, we started working with an Habano wrapper from the Jamastran Valley, from the farm. And
Honduras.
In Honduras. And so now we're able to do a whole production. So last year we have launched the Villa Zamorano Reserva, and it will be available. You're the first one to know this. It will be available in the U.S. now in June.
Oh, wow. Yeah. This is going to air a week before June, so it's going to be right on time. Yeah. That's nice. That's great.
So that is the new things for the U.S. market.
That's cool.
So it's a traditional cigar, it's not like the trendy things, but it's a very classic, tasty, quite a, an everyday nice cigar.
Yeah. Complexity.
Oh, always.
Yeah, always. It's a work of art. Your cigars, for real.
The of the house is,
I know, and it's great. Like even the Maduro that you're smoking right now, it has. You'd expect it, especially being from like the South American region, that it'd be like like a really strong, really heavy cigar. It's not. It's not. That with a nice cup of coffee or a nice light single malt whiskey, maybe even a port wine, it would go delicious. You haven't tried it with port?
No, that's a good idea.
Yeah, port is amazing with cigars.
That's a good idea. This one is dangerous.
Yeah, the torch.
Ooh, this is efficient. You know that we do testing.
Yeah.
And combinations.
With different styles of lighting.
With tea. With of course the espresso. The Maduro is incredible with chocolate. Dark chocolate.
Yeah.
And
it's funny.
You take
I'm glad you said this, because I was telling my dad the other day, I was like, we need to have chocolate here because some people like eating chocolate with cigars, and he was like, no one likes eating chocolate with cigars. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Right? He's gonna hear this later. It's okay. What were you saying though? You try it with chocolate? This one goes
with chocolate. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Not very dark. 60% cacao. 60. You can go to 70.
Like a dark chocolate.
Dark chocolate, but not not the 90s and
of
things
course,
like
that.
Yeah.
Pure chocolate, straight from the.
And you combine it with this. Single malt. You put just a drop of water, and you do the 3.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, I'm a big wine guy, so like I love drinking port with my cigars, and they pair very well. The first time
very cute to me. I like the idea.
The first time I had port, it was because I had it, and I was like, man, this tastes like rum. I was like, it tastes like rum or whiskey. And I was like, I have to try this with a cigar. And then a week later, after that class, I had a cigar with the port, and I was like, this is marvelous. I love this.
The perfect combination.
Yeah.
That is cigars. That's the cigar world.
I mean,
you never stop learning. You need to discover. It's part of the discipline. To keep on testing different things, and then have that miracle when everything fits.
Yeah. It's the same with. We talk about the cigar world obviously because we're in it, but it's the same for any world that you're in. If you like dancing. You have to learn the new dance moves. You have to learn the new beats.
Never
It's
stop.
like everything in life. You have to keep learning.
Never stop.
Yeah.
Never stop. Never stop. But that's the exciting part. And concerning the company, we have opened the company here 3 years ago already. So we're going slow, trying to build up. It's the big challenge. But we also started in Asia.
Where?
In
Asia.
Yeah, and it's
Gone great.
great.
Yeah.
And in our home market, I would say Europe, is doing great. So you have all this legislation against cigars, and at the same time, you notice all this enthusiasm,
Yeah.
of young guys coming, willing to taste, to get into this thing of cigars.
Yeah.
So it's an exciting moment for that.
Yeah.
And we are trying. Honduras has recognized this
Yeah.
to be, I don't know the word in English. In Spanish, it's Patrimonio Cultural Intangible.
The intangible fatherland. ¿Cómo se dice?
Patrimonio Cultural.
Patrimonio.
You know the UNESCO?
It's like
Thing?
no.
No?
¿Cómo se dice? One more time.
Patrimonio Cultural Intangible.
It's like the cultural fatherland
De la
entanglement.
República.
Yeah, of the republic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally handmade. It's considered as part of our
So there's
culture.
kind of like an overseeing body that regulates how they're made.
That will be next step.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
In order to say this is handmade, this is traditional, it's
So it's kind of like-
handcrafted, and not get confused with other things that are done with the tobacco leaf.
Exactly. There's a regulating body, which is I imagine what you're talking about, that oversees the production of whiskey in the U.S. So to be a bourbon, it has to be made specifically in like old sherry barrels, burned oak barrels, and
Okay.
this and this and this. So I imagine that's what you're talking about. It's an overseeing body that regulates how it's made and make sure that to qualify as a Honduran cigar, it has to follow these steps, right?
So it will be a label.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited. Just with that project, I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Because they will really, that aficionados will know, and you increase the knowledge and
Yeah.
sensitivity. This is totally handmade.
Yeah.
So you
And
can
it
have that
follows-
surprise.
Yeah.
You can have one that was not well rolled.
Yeah.
Ah!
Oh my God. Yeah. 1 out of 20.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know, but it's totally handmade, and
Yeah.
that is really part of the magic.
Cool.
So a lot of things going on.
A lot of things coming.
A lot.
Well, thank you, Maya Selva, the artist behind the brand Maya Selva Cigars, Maya Selva herself, the myth, the legend. Tomorrow is Whiskey Wednesday. We'll catch you guys. Any last words you want to give to the audience?
Enjoy.
Enjoy.
That will be my last word.
Cool.
And thank you.
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll catch you tomorrow.